Okay. Alright, let's get off this rock. Let's head back to Prater. And I think we found the bit of required knowledge we need to solve that Armory clue. I think it just wasn't giving us the option we needed. Fast travel to central control. Almost everybody should be cleared out of here by now, so. Department of Belief. By what criteria is protected acumen test truly placed subjects? By matriarch ordained principles built on the consul's able hand. Nice. Armory unlocked. Rocket pistol. Premium Moonman helmet. Oh my god. If you're defeated while wearing this helmet, you may pay 1,000 bits to continue. Oh, jeez. Alright, where's my scythe that I like? There we go. Alright. Back to the incognito. Clearing these side quests today. That's the goal. I think our last thing we can do right now is to the ACS Undisputed Claim and finish Inez's side quest. And then I think we will have fully finished all companion quests. So we want here, take Niles and Inez. Thanks for the moans, Moose. Okay, we can actually fast travel. Actually, let's quickly check the vending machines here. Okay. Let's go. The value-added Esplanade. There's also a good opportunity for us to quickly check all the vendors here, because there are a ton.
Live, love, laugh, purchase, and consume with Auntie's choice. As your peerless leader, known
You
for
there?
her
Yes, you!
unparalleled
I
business
recognize your
acumen,
name of food, any food, and I hot, cold.
quality. But no, I do enjoy spectating a rousing
Made by the
sporting
finest,
match.
excellent.
You've got junk.
You base rank and file. The big rift cut off tossball news from the
We
home.
market the most miscellaneous miscellany of one person's hot.
Worthy substitute. Certainly a more profitable program
Your
than
doctor
the
called and said you're... Just name your...
pitch ball, they call it. My, how imaginative. And don't get me started on their arbitrary rule changes. Bronzing is prohibited in... And... Is there zones? Why even have the T-zones then? Oh, and sportsmanlike conduct is tolerated? That won't put posteriors in the seats.
From pop guns to
Can't tell the
self-propelled
difference. I know. Folks, I've got...
Okay. Berserker's Bucket grants passive health regeneration based on your reserve ammo supply while in combat. I like that.
Welcome. Here at you name it, we
Pop-up gun. Fires aggressive advertising drones to capture your target market, goading them. Automatically reloads whenever an ad drone dies, but manually reloading causes the ads to be explosively closed. Puts the ad in ad nauseum. It's kind of amazing, to be honest. I'm gonna have to try that. Is it Willard's office? Is it... Ah, we can go up this side now. Willard Conan's office.
high time one of you scientist types responded to my calling cards. The position's been open for more than 2 days, and already productivity is tanked by 149.4%. You want the role, it's yours, but I'm not budging on those hourly rates.
Let me guess. You're backfilling Rasmussen's position? Or all the scientists who work with him on Cloister lying cold on the lab floor?
Both, obviously. Unless you mean to tell me a graft like yours can install itself. Now, do you want the job or not? We're burning starlight.
You want to handle this, Inez?
I do. Been waiting on this moment. This grafting program is a law-damned abomination. I went to your lab on Cloister, saw for myself what kind of depravity your folk got up to there. It's sick. My friend was butchered by Rasmussen. And he wasn't the only one. In fact, this program's been a sham from the start. I got tossed aside. And for what? A mistake? Ain't nothing good that's come of this. It's time to call it quits.
What a preposterous notion. Shall we stop producing inhalers because of side effects? Or shut down all food factories because one severed appendage finds its way into packaging? No, certainly not. I am not to blame for whatever inconvenience you experienced as a first edition patient. To quit now would be to toss aside all our progress.
The program isn't viable.
Nonsense. I have myriad data at my disposal to dispute such a claim.
Don't matter to me what your plans are, or what you think you might accomplish. You've hurt too many good folk, and I've had enough.
I fear you've gotten too negative an impression of this work. Hear me out, will you? Allow me to assuage those fears.
Out with it then.
Are you a fool? We cannot speak of sensitive business details here. There's
Not
no
in your
telling which
office.
opportunistic colleague or overpaid contractor could be listening in. Meet me in back deck steerage. Take this pass for the tram. And for law's sake, make sure no hanger-on follows you. Especially that assistant of mine next door. Chin up, dear. I believe I'll change your mind yet.
We'll see. Seen this song and dance from all manner of suits before. Reckon he'll try to reel us into a ridiculous...
Need his key card. Steal his pocket watch, though. Observation 7 for this. Another key card thing. Okay, back deck steerage.
Tramicular. Arrival.
Ah, you came. Foolish, aren't you? Thinking I'd reveal my secrets to the likes of you. Ha! Contractors, now's your chance. First one to kill these imbeciles gets a one-time immune assault discount.
Let me know when you need a distraction.
On the way. Let's get you healed.
Hey, I got a distraction for you. You lot couldn't hit the broad side of a freighter.
Yeah, I figured that's why he was going to take us back here, was going to be to have a fight. This is like the only place they can do it.
I knew you'd come through, my good Biff. That discount will be applied to your next purchase at the commissary. but
Yeah,
cannot
we're
be
not
combined
Biff.
with other... Ah, you! You're still alive!
Ain't gonna be that easy to get rid of us, you idiot. This how you treat all folk who approach you in good faith?
No folk have ever made it this far. How did you get past all my contractors? They were heavily trained and heavily expensive.
One last chance. Resign. Shut your program down
This
for good.
again? What is it with you? No! I've no incentive to shut down my life's work, especially at the demand of common thugs.
Acquired info not found.
Maybe
medical.
so. If I ever hope to court investors again, I needed proof of concept. And with Rasmussen gone, I suppose that time has passed. Fine, fine. You win. I hereby resign, and you can keep this as proof. Any bits left in my office are yours.
Okay, that was easy.
Just, please, don't follow me.
Good riddance. But this ain't over yet. The other executives will be notified the moment Willard flees the undisputed claim. And within hours, dozens of rung climbers will be at the tower jockeying for his position. It's all but certain that they'll claim his work for their own, and make his bastardization of a grafting program all the worse if they so choose. Ain't about to let that happen.
What exactly are you
Ain't
suggesting?
suggesting. I'm telling you that we can't stand by and do nothing. It's obvious he was up to his neck in some scheme. If we dig it up and get the word out, his legacy will be in shreds. Maybe folk will be less inclined to follow in his
So
footsteps.
we're gonna go back to his
Should all
office.
but guarantee that Willard can't come crawling out from whatever rock he's keen to hide under, in any case.
Let's get to it then.
All right. We ought to start by searching his office.
Yeah.
Any evidence
I mean,
we
she
can
has the
find
right choice. I'm not
regarding
gonna
money
argue
or
with her
business
here.
dealings
She's
could be of
correct.
value. Once we got what we need, we can head to the recording studio to get the word out. The promise of a scandal should be enough to get in the door.
The answer if we keep it. Cartridge. Nice. Grenades. Okay. Can I fast travel now? Yep. Lovely.
Tramicular. Arriving any moment now.
The story of Auntie Cleo versus the Moon Man is a ballad for our ages. A thing of legend to be handed down from Marcy to each successive generation. Spacer's choice swollen enemy. And their worst impulses of old corporations unfairly stack the deck against the little person as they tried with us in Devil City. Did Auntie Cleo take Spacer's choice genius shenanigans lying
So.
down? No! Just like our sponsor Dodgeball team, Auntie Cleo's
Quickly look over here.
Things were down at the end of the sponsorship series against the Space Citizens.
I'm Jean Turker-Tyler, sixth base person for the Anti-Clear. I cleaned Spacer's chosen goalie at the end of the 56th inning, then made a Sunday goal to win.
You cannot be here. My contract stipulates that this lab door remains locked at all times. I am not to be disturbed. Ha! That's funny, considering the heaps of times I've been called such.
I'm here to tell you that your treacherous fiend of a boss is now out of commission, and I'm investigating all of his indiscretions. You wouldn't happen to know about any unsanctioned business dealings, would you?
Ah, I'm afraid I can't help with that. I've only spoken with him once, upon my hiring.
What about where he keeps his files? Surely he had some way to communicate with him.
But not here or face to face. I was to have all communications sent to a private room at the Best Choice. He held all his business dealings and records therein. I gather he was circumventing intellectual property taxes or some such.
The Best Choice. That's the lounge for VIPs, looking out over the Esplanade, if I'm remembering right. We might pay it a visit.
This is actually an experimental operation with high import. Do pay it some respect, will you? And close the door when you leave.
Is their department alone is responsible for a 28% increase in our entire operations budget for the next fiscal semi-decade.
The next fiscal semi-decade?
As your chief
Private entry, decrypt entry. Financial records were discreetly delivered to the carousel corner today. After looking them over thrice, I can confidently state several truths. 1. This well-timed windfall should keep my research progress uninterrupted for many months to come. 2. If I wish to expand operations, I cannot be stifled by corporate oversight. Perhaps my own venture would be wise. WHK Enterprises does carry a dulcet tone. 3. It quite literally pays to be one's own financial broker. Doctor, I must say, between the Zeranium mishandlings and the rampaging of your beasts and the utter pathetic tone with which you address me, I am most disappointed in your performance. But fear not, the work you have started will continue with or without you, and your name will be read out in the daily demotions report for all to hear. Scientist Dunkel, first let me express how pleased I am to finally have a scientist like yourself conducting this research. I am certain with your unique talents, advancements in transfusion and surgical procedures will be swift. You might have noticed the peculiarities of your work environment. This is all for your safety, and that of the research. I would remind you that any documentation you wish for me to see to be delivered not to my office nor handed to me in person, but to the location we previously discussed. With profit in mind, Vice President Conan. From VP Ormsby. My fellow Vice President, it's been an arduous road, but I believe I found someone to assist you in your research endeavor, Margot Dunkel. While she has demonstrated a mildly concerning interest in viscera and the various ways of producing said viscera, I'm certain you'll overlook it when you see how her enthusiasm for the role outweighs her enthusiasm for negotiating her wages. I trust that you won't let this low-cost labor opportunity pass you by. Profitably yours, Ursula. P.S. Should her hiring be confirmed, we would suggest having her workroom locked from the exterior and a guard posted at her door. We wouldn't want her stumbling into your office next door on accident. Alright,
we have a wide range of goods for every budget.
The best choice is up here.
Extravagant to the most bit-minded of customers. We have food and drink for every taste and meal you can imagine, plus a few more that you can't imagine, but that we can sell you recipes for. We are also the only retailers for parasite-free purple berries.
The term parasite-free indicates the fact that any kind of parasite found in an Auntie's Choice product is provided free of charge and is not the property of Auntie's Choice or its subsidiary companies, and the eating of said parasite absolves Auntie's Choice of any legal
goodness.
This is about what I expected.
throughout the galaxy.
Always remember, commercialism is the foundation that Auntie's Choice Society is based upon.
Okay, reappropriation records. A brief look through long-running records shows a clear pattern. Willard has been siphoning money directly from Auntie's seemingly dormant aesthetics fund and redirecting it to WHK Enterprises, a clear front for his own account.
Because we worship bits, but because of the system's glorious efficacy. While the Protectorate decide what its subjects get, we respond to what you want through your decisions as consumers. What's more, we skip the frivolously lengthy approval process our overbearing neighbors employ. Why wait 20 years to bring a new product to market when it can be enhancing people's lives?
Yes, I understand I may look in charge, but I'm just minding the desk for our esteemed director, the real talent, as they say.
I need to get a message on the broadcast, urgently. Can you help with that?
Not unless you need any clever pointers on enunciation. Our director, however, is in one of the recording booths, through the door to your left. You'll want to speak with her.
Needs of our populace.
Okay.
After all, that's what unbridled freedoms are.
Welcome to Wireless Free Arcadia Studios. Thessaly Falk, Director of Talent Placation and General Runnings. Here to contract a recording or in the market for autographs?
Holt sent me to speak with you. I got a message I'd like to send out over the wireless. Trust me, this is one all the folk in Auntie's Choice won't want to miss.
Is that so? Well, the more riveting the content, the larger our commissions. However, as you're without an appointment and I'm quite busy, I'm afraid I've only time to record one take. Do make it count. Shall we begin?
As soon as we get the word out, the better.
Glad we're in agreement. I'm here to expose the truth about a prominent vice president. His business dealings are
Hi,
not
Pop. How are you,
seen.
cutie?
That's quite the bold claim. Now remember to speak into the mic, dear. Enunciate clearly, but with feeling. Inhabit the words. Be the message. Joining us today in the studio is a very special guest and rare specimen indeed, a grafted soldier. And one who alleges
how's
that
the
one
Lego,
of Auntie's own
Fortnite
vice
Odyssey
presidents
going?
is not who he seems. Take it away.
Inez Sealong speaking. I got intel on an illegal program led by Vice
Doing well, love
President
to
of
hear it.
Experimental Operations, Willard Conan. Folk aplenty suffered because of it.
Some say there cannot be success without suffering. It's more
You
or
having
less
fun?
standard
Good.
operating procedure, isn't it? Unless you're leaving out any gory details.
Well, he allowed scientists to experiment on dead soldiers.
Some within our organization might call that frugal, thrifty even. That is, why waste a perfectly good resource when no one else has use for it?
These are human beings I'm speaking of, not barrels of void damn uranium. They were good folk who didn't know what they were signing up for. They deserved better. But if that ain't incriminating enough for you, Willard had himself some money problems, which ain't too distant from a grave sin far as Auntie's concerned.
Ah, now we're getting somewhere. Tell me, did he squander all his bits on drink? Bet it all on a tarmac and cheese rebranding? Or worse? Thoroughly recount every lurid detail.
We have proof that he funneled money away from Auntie to his own business.
He stole from Auntie directly. I have here, in his own words, an admission to the crime. It's go-getterness gone too far. And you know what happens to one of Auntie's nephews who misbehaves?
Oh, he gets punished.
Splendiferous. Couldn't hardly get more sensational than that if we tried. The audience will be on the edge of their seat hearing all the ghastly minutiae about this scandal.
I think we did it. Won't know for sure until the broadcast airs, of course, but law, I reckon I might finally be able to put this to rest. For Ortiz. For everyone.
Yay.
Thank you, Commander.
Oh, Inez.
All for
Almost
one.
forgot.
Completed
We
all
have
companion
a bit of a
quests.
goodie bag for special guests who visit the studio. You qualify. Do collect it from the front desk on your way out.
We respond to what you want through your decisions as consumers. What's more, we skip the frivolously lengthy
Nice.
approval process our
And has this advanced mod
overbearing
kit.
neighbors employ. Why wait 20
Purpleberry
years
product
to
samples. Purpleberry product samples.
enhance people's lives now as
Okay, I think.
responsible member of society.
Think we're done here.
We allow
Inez may want to chit chat back on the ship.
Have time for a chat, Commander?
Yep. Where are you? Let me do this really fast. Okay. When it is kills a human or creature, medicine pack drops near the target. Walking over the pack automatically uses it, reducing your toxicity buildup or crash duration. Autoloader and his weapon now automatically reloads, allowing her to continuously fire. Let's do that. It has a combat drug auto injectors now also grant her temporary damage resistance or temporary bonus damage. We'll do that. There she is.
Commander, you hear my interview over the wireless too? They've been playing it every hour. Part of it, anyway. Seems all the evidence we brought Thessaly made an impression. Other VPs are fearing for their jobs now. Can you imagine? Reckon nobody will touch Willard's work now.
Love to hear it. So it's safe to say the grafting program stays shuttered for good?
Definitely. I'd bet a post-mortem on Willard's activities is being drafted as we speak. Few are keen to repeat the same mistakes as someone trotted out as a cautionary tale. If I ain't said it recently, then let me say it again. Thank you. I don't think I could have done right by Ortiz all on my own. Nobody has to be hurt like he was again.
Now that it's all done, what will you do?
Reckon I'll find a way to look after the other grafted soldiers out there. It's what Ortiz would have wanted, and what he deserved. But all that'll come after we save Arcadia. You know, it's hard to fathom that just months ago I spent so much law-damn time begging to be accepted, like I was worth only what other folk thought of me. I was so lost. I really believed when I ended my contract that a better life was possible. I know the truth about Auntie's choice now, and I know who I am. So yeah, a better life is possible, just not at someone else's mercy. I ain't gonna let myself or anyone else be led into the same trap they set for us, ever again.
You're worth more than Auntie ever knew. Remember
will,
that.
Commander. Anyhow, that's enough sorting my thoughts for the moment. We got a galaxy to save.
Yes, we do. All right, but first, we're gonna take a break. Quick break time, then we'll come back and do the last quest over at Cloister. So, be back in a few. We're back. I think everything else is basically at Cloister now. So let's head back to Cloister and go deliver some of these quests. Okay. Let's see here. So only 2 more advanced decryption keys for that. So for this one, we'll bring Niles and might want to bring Marisol just in case for reasons.
Running with you reminds me of my old days with Zeb. The good times, anyway. Sure, always.
See, really fast. Don't want the silencer. Okay.
These temporary indignities of the body are nothing contrasted to the Order's future. Keep those eyes open, soldiers. Corneal thrust might be there.
So we're going to go and turn in these quests here at the garden. And then we'll go further. Okay, so first we're going to let our good friend make a copy of this data for Sub Rosa.
People are gonna start to talk.
I have that satellite data for you as promised, although I do want to see this. None of this is interesting.
People are gonna start to talk. Aren't you reliable? I just need 1 moment to copy the data. There, all done. Thank you ever so much. Was there anything else you wish to discuss?
That's all for now. Plus 80% energy recharge rate. quickly get rid of some duplicate armors here. Do want to try this pop-up gun at some point. Okay. All right, up here.
I look forward to the reclamation of the Hyperion web. Hopefully you shall facilitate that. Now, how might we be of use to one another?
Crash Silent Event, information retrieved. Here you go.
Yes! Excellent! Take that, reductionists! Your horrid little surveillance devices shall finally be used for what their purpose should have been. Don't tell anyone about that outburst.
Mathematics mantle.
Here's something to keep you quiet.
Advanced decryption key. Nothing quite so exciting as reclaiming deferred academia, eh?
Not by a factor of thousands. You'll have to tell me about your scholastic experiences someday, colleague. I've informed the presiding bishop you're coming to speak with her. She can be found in the room off the main stairwell. I'm sure I don't need to say this. But if you even think about bringing harm to Ruth, I shall know. Be on your very, very best
I will be on my very best behavior. Trusted up to top 10. Okay. Oh my.
The Order has always proclaimed patience as a virtue, but I am pleased my waiting is finally at its endpoint. For so long, you have only existed as numerical values on a chart. A bright star in a constellation of possibilities, as it were. Now with your arrival, the Order nears the totality of its goals, provided you are willing to stay aligned with our cause.
I'm making a commitment until I know what these goals are.
Now then, I gather you already know who I am, but science has shown that good manners strengthen developing relationships by 5.3%. So, allow me to introduce myself. I am Ruth Basar, 3rd Presiding Bishop of the Order of the Ascendant, Supreme Calculator, and, plan willing, the architect of Arcadia's prosperous future.
It's an honor to meet you.
I admit, when I sent my initial message, I did not exactly know who its recipient would be. But I trusted the plan, and lo and behold, it provided you as the solution. Your recent exploits at Greater Tranquility Station have certainly made for compelling reading material. Confronting an assassin, and thereby sparing the delegates' lives before the rift inexplicably destroyed the station? Such a commendable effort is worthy of acknowledgement.
You're welcome. It was a close thing, if I'm honest.
By all reports, it was. But the plan evidently has greater outcomes prepared for Vicar Levin.
Seems like a good man.
At that, I consider him a close personal friend, and I cannot say that about many. However, there's something of even greater import we must discuss.
Okay.
I just received the most curious transmission from Auntie Cleo. She wishes to discuss a partnership of sorts, and I heard you were the source of this plot.
something you'd be open to.
I must admit I have significant doubts about colluding with an entity like Auntie's Choice. Why should the Order agree to even entertain the possibility?
Levin has built a strong framework for peace. You shouldn't be afraid to use it.
Levin's methodology is usually faultless, and it would be a pity to scrap so much fine preparatory work. Auntie Cleo has already proposed a secure conference room on board the Undisputed Claim for our use. I will await your arrival there to mediate.
Failed to cite her work completely. I worked with Presiding Bishop Orlo, you know. Now there was a serious scientician.
Okay. Well, we seem to have achieved our mission here.
I believe our group's combined efforts are in direct accordance with the plan.
So we probably have to go back to the Undisputed Claim before we can Okay, so we got to go back. Back to the Undisputed Claim. Handle the negotiations. I'm guessing it's going to be, yeah, over at head office tower.
Always remember, commercialism is the foundation that Auntie's Choice Society is based on.
Commendations on so successfully climbing the corporate rungs. Everything seems to be going according to plan. I've even heard tittering that Auntie has taken notice. When you meet with Auntie, be accommodating but also bold. Raise the issue with her if she doesn't raise it first. Performing more labor for Auntie's Choice will inevitably bring our fair corporation into further conflict with the Order. So we only have one shot at this. Make it count.
That's it. I'll bring the issue up as soon as possible.
I'd offer you luck, but I trust you have the skills to not require it.
Don't wait for a line to form in front of you. Availability is severely limited.
Secure telecommunications. I lack the authorization to enter.
Let this be the first courageous leap you make into a fresh, pioneering...
Don't let us keep...
Suited to the shifting needs of our population.
Good luck, my ameliorator. Remember, you can't spell heinous ascetic without Auntie's Choice.
Maybe we'll get the ability to enter when we go over here.
Look who it is, the instigator of this little affair. Her mathematicalness should be along soon, unless the leader of the Order's too busy crunching numbers to attend to business.
There we are. Apologies for the delay. We were resolving some technical issues. Cloister's atmosphere has a tendency to...
Oh, yes. Regale us with a thorough account of Cloister's atmosphere. Spare no detail.
This must be Auntie Cleo's trademark wit. I expected better.
I see now why a neutral third party was needed
If I
here.
was discourteous, I apologize. So long as our mediator proves up to the task, surely we can remain civil. If not, these negotiations may prove short indeed.
Let's get down to it. What will it take to make this partnership
From
happen?
where I'm positioned, I sense 3 sore points still in need of massage. Point 1, control of the archive. Point 2, oversight of production and distribution of skip cores. And point 3, management of Rift technology.
Okay. Archive.
Before we go any further, I want it in writing that the Order will take full control of the archive without interference from Auntie's choice.
What? So the Order can set it fruitlessly idling for another few centuries? We would put it to far more practical use. Imagine the marketing strategies it could develop.
I would sever my own hand before giving custody of the archive over to a corporation. Humanity's ascension depends on its calculations. No, such a condition is out of the question.
The Order built the archive. It belongs to them. I mean, they are correct about that. It directs some power to an ad campaign. Do I want to try to actually compromise here or do what is correct? Let's try this. Ruth is right. The Order built the archive. It belongs to them.
Not completely sure you can convince me that Auntie's choice benefits from receiving 0 access to that wondrous little doodad.
Speech night. Need me forever. What's a small sacrifice now for greater gains later?
Oh, kindly enlighten me on precisely what those greater gains would be.
I need 9 speech for this. Here's
Don't allow my carefree demeanor to deceive you, because I will not be made a fool of. Both of you should consider yourselves fortunate I remain so level-headed.
The Order is pleased to accept our mediator's wisdom in this matter.
Yes, the Order can keep their contraption, but the management of skip drives should be under the purview of Auntie's choice. No one understands production like we do. Besides which, we have far more experience using skip drives. It was how we came to Arcadia, after all.
Where Auntie's choice manages, the Order would undoubtedly excel. Do not exclude us from consideration merely for lack of experience.
So you ramp up production? And then what? Hand skip drives out for free to whoever wants one? Preposterous! And a waste of a perfectly good monopoly.
We would be diligent about who we licensed out the skip drives to. And a monopoly over space travel is precisely what I wish to avoid. This technology should benefit all humanity.
Speech night. God, they only want me to have speech. But a temporary patent for a year, after which the tech will be available to all.
A year-long patent seems serviceable. And if it gets extended once or twice or 40 times, what's the harm?
As long as Auntie's Choice is willing to abide by additional addenda limiting its patent extensions, the order is in agreement.
Yes, fine. I can have our scriveners draft something up.
There is still the question of who takes possession of the Protectorate's rift technology once the war is finished. Although the science is still largely theoretical, this technology could be used to not only close rifts, but create new ones. A dangerous power indeed, left in the wrong hands.
The Order would fritter away valuable time endlessly hand-wringing what to do with the technology. Auntie's Choice would actually use it. For good, of course. In a gainful manner.
If you were to make the technology safe before Auntie's Choice manufactures more devices. If you were to make, yeah, we'll say that.
That is not an entirely terrible idea. Would cut down on the research and development overhead.
I am happy to accept such a compromise, so long as the Order always remains involved in supervising access to the technology.
Well then, that's that. I don't believe there's anything more on the docket.
There is one final matter I wish to discuss. I require some chemicals that I have been told are manufactured at a plant on Praetor, controlled by Auntie's Choice.
It doesn't sound too difficult.
I know which plant you're referring to, Ruth, and what comes out of it is hardly safe for general use. Out of professional curiosity, what could you possibly need with such dangerous compounds? Running a little experiment, are we? On what? Or whom?
That is, quite frankly, none of your concern.
But it is Auntie's business now, Ruth. You two are working together.
Precisely. Partners don't withhold secrets, although they can and probably should withhold extremely dangerous chemicals.
We did give more to the
if not
Order in the
properly
negotiations
notified
before.
Of what they will be used for.
I will make no progress with my request without further explanation, will I?
Nope.
While the archive is an infinitely complex machine, an equally complex apparatus has been designed which allows one to interact with it directly. Brain-to-logic assembly, as it were. Unfortunately, this headgear exacts a rather tremendous cost on the wearer. A certain panacea is needed to survive it, but I require these chemicals to finish it.
So nervous. Is there something more to this drug you're not telling us?
Perhaps I have not been entirely forthright. This treatment will enact a permanent change in my personality. Irreversible. But it will not cost me anything I would lament losing.
And I thought we were the ones who threw caution to the wind. Ah, well, Ruth, if worst comes to worst, I'd be happy to serve as a substitute teacher for the Order.
A generous offer. But I fear you lack a certain number of qualifications. Conscience, for example.
What are the chances this turns out successful? You must have run the numbers.
That math is confidential. But I have enough reason to believe the outcome will be favorable.
It's your decision if you're prepared to pay
I
the
did
cost.
not anticipate needing to fight for my own physical autonomy. But thank you for respecting my choice.
Oh, how it's delightful to me to see you squirm. All right. I'll get you your weird chemicals. I'll even provide you our corporate discount, practically wholesale. Best I'll say is today's outcome is workable. Barely. Our gains were not as exclusive as I had hoped they'd be.
Arriving at any arrangement even remotely equitable was statistically improbable. Be glad our mediator managed to find a middle path forward.
Right, I'm awesome. Happy you were able to reach an
As
agreement
am
at all.
I. You certainly have a way of curving probability into your favor.
Well, that'll be all for today. Don't forget to purchase the latest in Auntie's Choice products out on the value-added Esplanade, or enjoy a refreshing cocktail at the Best Choice. And do come see me personally when you have time. I have just the thing in mind for an accomplished freelancer such as yourself. One moment. There are still the logistics of recapturing the archive to consider. We'll of course provide our expert troops to support these efforts. Have your people call my people to sort details. Doodaloo! Brusque as ever. Auntie's troopers will certainly help us manage the Protectorate forces easier, especially if supported by your help. But it would be irrational to expect you to endanger your own life without a more specific strategy in place. Fortunately, I have already given this some thought.
Let Ruth continue.
First, Order forces must move into our former headquarters at Spireton. A simpler task now that you have liberated it. By all accounts, you thoroughly routed the enemy. Well done.
Well done indeed.
More importantly, there is a lift located in Spireton which can deliver our troops into the archive to assist you against the Protectorate. Unlocking and calling that lift can only be done from within the archive, however. So you will need to infiltrate the archive by alternate means, via a bridge connected to Newton. Fortunately, I am told you already dealt with the cultists there. Unfortunately, you will still need to find a way past a small rift currently blocking the bridge. There is a computronical key that you will also need to locate within the archive called the Calcaduceus. The Calcaduceus grants special access to the archive. Once it is back in Order hands, we will have full control over its systems once more.
In exchange for my help, I want to use the archive to analyze some Rift data I have.
Rift data? And how did you come by this acquisition, if I may ask?
Not easy. I tracked down a former colleague who's not quite happy with it.
What you had to do to get this data.
I'm an Earth Directorate agent. I can't let myself be ruled by feelings. If I had the chance to do it all over again, I'd make different choices.
It must have been a difficult choice. But difficulty is not a metric useful in judging a decision as right or wrong. Something hard is only hard. Time determines the rest. Until the Order has control over the archive again, this discussion is all but moot. You know what must be done. May you achieve progress in accordance with the plan.
Thank you for the bottoms up.
I never would have foreseen this day would come. You are exceedingly unpredictable, Commander. In a good way. Mostly.
How are you doing, cutie? Okay. Auntie said I could go visit her at her office. So let's go do that. Adrena time. Good, it's been so snowy here. Games is good. We're making a lot of progress today. What lives in here? It needs such a giant bone.
What nature inflicts to offer higher quality pharmaceuticals designed to be better than nature.
We've successfully co-opted yet another of our rivals. Can't believe those eggheads accepted the deal. What's next on my agenda?
That outside contractor is here. You requested a brief tete-a-tete.
Oh my god.
There you are.
She's just ahead.
Fresh-faced new go-getter. We meet in the flesh at last. You've proved quite useful. Keep it up. You'll be going places. You don't seem much put off by my appearance. Good. I have no stomach for those with no stomach regarding me having no stomach. It is, however, something of a brand secret reserved for only the most trusted confidants, and covered in detail buried within the confidentiality clause you agreed to on arrival. I trust this presents no concerns for you, yes?
None once you've seen one disembodied head, you've seen them all.
Seems there's more to your shrouded past than I'd been led to believe. And here I'd been ready to disclose all. No matter.
Guess you want me to harvest you a new body?
Not exactly. Well, exactly. But not in
well, exactly.
We have a mission for you that is vital to Auntie's Choice's survival.
We've uncovered an opportunity to procure me a new, audaciously improved replacement body.
Since you're about to have me slaughter a bunch of people again.
I'll have you know, we at Auntie's Choice are far from blood simple. Where's the profit in killing all your enemies when you can co-opt and sell goods to them later? Tut-tut. No, to find me the perfect body, you'll be assailing an inappreciably populated automated automech factory over on Prater.
Inappreciably populated. What you have to use on an automated factory.
The facility was designed to build complex automechs, a natural choice when the Protectorate began experimenting with a proxy body for the original sovereign. It was the last in a long line of his ill-fated life extension experiments. Work halted when he died, and the torso prosthesis they developed has been locked in the lab ever since. Make it mine.
How do I make that happen?
There's a sub-facility beneath the automech factory. Its entrance, being hidden, is easy to miss. But we can show you how to find it.
Well then, fetch me my new body and we can finally begin bringing this system to heel.
Appropriate a mech body for Auntie. Broadcast protocols for Auntie messages. To maintain the illusion that she is the vital Auntie we all know and love, the following procedures must be followed so she can be filmed outside of her life support containment. 1. For 1 hour prior to broadcast filming, the proportion of nutrients to formaldehyde in her complex chemical slurry infusion needs to be inverted and doubled. If it's an emergency broadcast, the amount needs to be increased by 10% for every 10 minutes under a full hour. 2. To avoid rupture or explosion of Auntie's head, never increase the chemical slurry infusion amount beyond safety limits. 3. The maximum amount of time Auntie can be out of her support containment unit without irreversible side effects is somewhere around 20 minutes. 4. Auntie's head must be mounted securely on the mannequin. We do not want a repeat of the Auntie's head becoming dislodged and bouncing on the floor incident. Not following these instructions precisely will be considered an attempt on Auntie's life and will be dealt with accordingly. Plus side max health. Okay.
The eating of said parasite absolves Auntie's Choice of any legal responsibility in perpetuity throughout the galaxy.
I think we can probably fast travel, right? Yeah. Interesting. Okay, so we have a new quest for Auntie as well. Alright, let's go to Praetor and let's do this Auntie's quest first. Alright, who do we want for this? Niles and Valerie. interesting how as you accomplish things, it creates new loading screens based on that. Like that last one was all the cultists we killed at Newton. Okay, what was the other... We've already read all those. Looks like there were two, target points earlier, but maybe not. Okay, well, down we go. Guessing if we need any weapons here, it'll be shock weapons. Experiment 1. Decapitation of our first volunteer was a success until the body rejected the organ. Remains cremated. Experiment 2. Second volunteer put up a fight. His organ was damaged and of no further use. Must remember to keep the volunteers isolated from each other. Remains cremated. Experiment 3. After mounting our third volunteer's organ upon the body awakened and pulled my assistant's heart out of his chest. Much to consider. Results promising. Remains cremated. We exhausted our stable of volunteers from the prison population. First batch of subjected volunteers incoming. They seem eager to learn how they can help the Sovereign. Remains cremated. Strike that, mistakenly typed. Force of habit. Note, the death of the Sovereign has indefinitely delayed any R&D concerning the body. Okay.
As I expected, spies from Auntie Cleo! Seize them! Hey. Worthy of review.
Never mind. Just 3 of them? Okay. Just 3 of them, apparently. I just realized I think the tower is called the head office tower because Auntie is the head. Yeah, head office tower. Cute. Funny part of this, of course, is that we'd be hauling the body thing all the way through, you know, the ship in real life. Everyone would see us hauling it. We'd have to like disguise it as something.
Soon I'll be able to... You're back! Finally! Finally! Do you have it? Did you bring it here?
Well, it took a lot of effort on my part. Extra effort.
A last-minute shakedown, is it? I knew I liked you. Yes, of course. Fine, fine. Oh, let me see it. Yes, indeed. Oh, let me look at you, gorgeous. If you'll all just excuse me a moment as I slip into something more formidable.
There you are. Congratulations. Now your body's almost as intimidating as your mind. You've narrowed the gap quite a bit.
Oh, Auntie, you look amazing. Absolutely everyone will want a new mech body after watching you strut the walk.
What about you? What do you think? Any first impressions you'd like to share?
Protracted screaming and abject terror. Should prove exceedingly intimidating to your rivals.
The perfect understated threat to drive all my negotiations to their proper conclusion. What's more, it's an undeniable confirmation that the archive-derived strategic plan can be reliably executed and produces incredible results. With their predictive abilities refining our planning and execution, our market dominance is a foregone conclusion.
All right,
yes,
Auntie.
So much to do, and we have you to thank for making it happen. I am quite looking forward to you working for me further.
Designed to be better than nature, because nature wants to kill you. Since then,
Because nature wants to kill you. Flip kill switch. Oh, you have a choice of killing Auntie. I didn't even realize that was there.
As they say, time is capital, time is bits. You're burning lucre just standing there. Go!
Oh. Goodbye, my friends. Interesting. I wonder...
Make profitable choices.
All right. Yeah, sometime it would be fun to do like a version of this where we do a completely side with one faction playthrough or something, you know. All right. Now we're going to head back to Cloister and actually go to the archive and process all this. Can't wait. keep this team. Fast travel to Newton. Oh. People moved in.
Sure. Well, my first customer since reopening after all the grotesque quantities of calumny, insanity, and calamity. I can't begin to tell you how excited I am to solve the calculus of your required commerce. Would you like to see my wares?
Sure.
Few things would make me happier.
Hey, just advanced decryption key. They're all pretty straightforward.
I would query if your day has been positive, but so few folks visit me if their integers are advantageous.
Fair.
So, how can I help? Of course. I am still replenishing my inventory, but you are welcome to anything I have available.
Scent of Serendipity Mega. It heals 380 health on kill. Huh. I mean, we'll buy that. Probably not going to use it, but... no one's taken up residence here. Very serious case of negativity. This morning I found Proctor Turing cryptically slumped before his desk, an enigmatic look upon his face. Proctor, I said, you appear really negative today. What is the root of this dour expression? It is my book of equations, he replied. It says it is of absolutely no value because it suffers from a plethora of problems, yet has no solutions. Oh, that's easy to solve, I said with a smile. Just remind it that for every 2 negative things it tells about itself, the rest of us only see a positive equivalent.
I have nothing to say, unless you want to discuss the inverse of the Planck function. In which case, I'll talk your ear off.
Well, it's nice to see people have taken up here again. Alright. Finally time to cross the bridge. Oh, fuck. Okay. The archive. Crate full of mysterious rations. Observations. Unclear exactly what's inside these rations, but it's definitely not official Protectorate Crabble meat. Shipping label notes the crate arrived here from a secondary landing pad on Cloister. Yeah. Yeah, we know about that. Grab as much as we can from out here before we head in. Plus 1% damage. I want to try this pop-up gun.
Biomass goo, except no goo substitutes.
That's so funny. I don't know that I actually want to use it. Oh my god, that's enormous. Cute. Mini rocket firer. Cute. Transition to the archive.